Have you ever wondered what really happens when a wild animal suddenly appears on the tracks? Each collision between an animal and a train is not just a horrific sight, but a heartbreaking reminder of the fragility of wildlife. Let me show you. These tragic encounters and their devastating consequences every year, the Midwest witnesses at least 100 train collisions with livestock when trains move at slower speeds like 30 mph. There is still little chance for larger animals like deer to escape unscathed in many rural and semi-rural areas. Pets, dogs, cows, sheep, goats, and even wildlife often wander near or onto the train tracks. When a collision occurs, the consequences can be catastrophic for both animals and humans. The mother deer was lucky to cross the tracks, but moments later, her fawn wasn't as fortunate. The minimum fine for allowing livestock to graze on tracks $5. This is seen as a tough but necessary measure to keep animals away from these dangerous areas. Imagine the risk posed by larger animals like elephants weighing up to $10,000. It will be a collision between a train and an elephant would be nothing short of disastrous for both the animal and the train. In India, the situation is just as alarming. An average of 5 train collisions with cows occur every single day. To protect pets, owners must secure their animals or graze them far from railways. Seeing the train approach, a mother bear quickly tried to protect her cubs, but tragically, she wasn't lucky enough to escape. In Brazil, the situation is equally grim. Farmers who let their livestock graze near railway tracks face fines, starting at 1,000. In case of a train derailment caused by livestock, the responsible party must pay damages. These laws aim to reduce accidents and hold people accountable. The sound of the train grows louder. The deer panic and flee. Are they racing the train? It's pitiful to see the herd in such desperation as the train approaches. Everyone rushes to get out of its way, but one cow doesn't seem to hear it, and then the worst happens. This cow stood still as if ready to confront the train. Even though the train tried to slow down, the animal couldn't escape. Despite its best efforts, the goat couldn't outrun the massive train. A donkey once barely escaped the tracks. That was indeed a lucky day for both the animal and its owner. In another tragic case, a man was unable to pull his cow off the tracks in time. The train was moving at 60 mph, with the train moving at 60 mph. It is very difficult to prevent collisions and protect animals in these situations. Trains create significant suction. People must stay at least 15 ft away from the tracks to avoid being pulled in collisions. Don't just cause economic damage, they also disrupt other transportation services when a train has to stop due to an accident. It can take 2 to 3 hours to clear the tracks to prevent future tragedies. Several solutions have been proposed. Installing warning lights along the railroads can give people and animals enough time to escape danger. Educating the public about these risks is crucial, especially for households near railway tracks. In one heartbreaking case, a dog was stuck on the tracks. We may never know its fate, but standing still as a train approaches can sometimes be safer than trying to run. Remember, the danger of railroad tracks doesn't just affect humans. Animals are at risk. 2 laws about grazing livestock on tracks aren't just about fines. They're about protecting lives. When you see a train coming, it's not just about getting out of the way. It's about ensuring safety for everyone, including animals. Have you ever witnessed a close collision between an animal and a train? What happened? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's start a conversation about safety. Don't forget to like and share this video to help spread awareness together. We can work towards safer crossings for everyone, humans and animals. Thank you for watching. The red fox, one of the most dangerous invasive species, was introduced to Australia in the 19th century for entertainment, but it quickly became a terrible threat. Why is that? Let's join Hog Farm in exploring the causes and control measures Australian farmers are using to protect their farms from the invasion of this FKS. Australia has a unique ecosystem home to many native animals such as kangaroos, koalas, and some rare birds. However, the red fox is an extremely skilled predator, leaving native species with no chance of defense. Foxes often attack small animals such as chickens, rabbits, mice, and even other birds. Their predatory behavior causes significant population declines in some animal species, threatening the nation's biodiversity. Many native Australian species have become endangered or extinct, partly due to the presence of foxes. This imbalance affects not only animals, but also vegetation as native herbivore populations decline. Plants are no longer naturally controlled, leading to soil degradation and altering the entire ecosystem. The red fox's presence not only destroys natural habitats, but also severely impacts Australia's agriculture. According to recent studies, red foxes cause millions of dollars in damage to farmers each year. The number of livestock killed or lost each year is enormous, significantly reducing Australia's agricultural output. Small farms with fewer resources to protect their livestock could even go bankrupt after just one season of fox invasions to stop this invasive species. Local governments and conservation agencies spend millions of dollars each year trying to reduce the fox's impact. One of the most effective methods for controlling red foxes is spring trapping. Spring traps are highly rated for their effectiveness and ability to catch foxes without continuous supervision. Once placed in the right spot, the trap can work day and night, easing the workload for busy bass. For the trap to work most effectively, it's important to place it in strategic locations. The frequent routes of foxes, especially near food sources, are ideal spots. Fox hunting with guns is also an important measure, especially in vast and hard-to-control areas like New South Wales, Victoria, and Queensland. This method has been used for centuries and remains popular due to its flexibility and ability to control fox populations quickly during fox hunting. Hunting dogs play an indispensable role with their keen sense of smell and hunting instincts. Dogs can easily track foxes when they attempt to hide in hard-to-reach places like caves or dense bushes. Foxes are extremely cunning, and without effective control measures, they'll quickly multiply and cause even more damage to farms. Therefore, hunting continues to play an important role in reducing the red fox population. In Australia, have you ever wondered, are fox control measures in Australia really effective? The red fox, a dangerous invasive species, has caused great harm to Australian agriculture and natural ecosystems for many years. After many years of applying hunting, combined with spring traps and other measures, the number of reports has decreased by an average of 20 to 30% in the areas of New South Wales, Victoria, and Queensland. With the positive results achieved over the years, the fox control measures have proven to be effective. The most important thing is not to rely on just one method, but to combine multiple approaches to achieve optimal results. If you're looking for solutions to protect your farming ecosystem, don't hesitate to apply the experiences and methods that Australian farmers have been using. Thank you for watching the entire video. If you have a more effective method, feel free to share it in the comments below. See you again. My friend, hello. Did you know that Texas is currently facing a massive invasion of wild boars? According to the latest reports from wildlife management agencies, the state has around 2 million wild BS, and this number continues to grow rapidly. Wild boar is an extremely dangerous invasive species. They not only destroy crops, but also SCLI impact. The natural ecosystem Texas wild boars reproduce extremely quickly. AS can give birth for 10 to 12 piglets each year, and they short reproductive cycles causes the wild bee population to explode easily. This makes managing the wild boar population a major challenge for farmers and hunters in Texas. Wild BS are not just a nuisance, they are truly a disaster for Texas farmers. It's estimated that wild BS cause around $2.5 billion in damage each year, destroying crops, especially corn, rice, and soybeans. The world wars are not picky about the areas that they invade. They even appear in areas near cities. The areas most heavily attacked by wild boars are typically East Texas and Hill Country, where there are many farms and vast agricultural areas with billions of dollars in damage each year. Hunters and farmers have worked closely to find ways to control and eliminate them. They have found the most effective measures to eliminate these invasive species. One of the most effective tools that Texas hunters often use is night trapping. Wild BS are most active at night when they can hide and search for food. More easily, they often use large cage traps that can capture dozens of wild boars at once. Setting traps requires careful planning, from choosing the right location near areas frequented by wild BS to using enticing bait to lure them into traps. Motion senses are also integrated into some traps to alert hunters as soon as the wild boars enter. Night hunting for wild boars is also one of the most effective methods that hunters and farmers in Texas use to control the wild boar population. When hunting wild boars at night, hunters often use night vision equipment and infrared lights to detect and track their movements. This not only helps hunters spot their targets faster, but also reduces the risk when facing aggressive wild BS, in addition to traditional night hunts. Texas also organizes wild bow hunting competitions to engage hunters in the community. In efforts to control wild bow, one of the most prominent competitions is Kill Them All, held annually in attracting hundreds of hunters from all over. In these competitions, hunters have the chance to use various weapons ranging from rifles posed to specialized wild ball traps. The competing teams often move in groups using hunting dogs to surround and capture wild boars alive. The competition is not only for entertainment, but also helps reduce the number of wild BS, contributing to protecting Texas farms and ecosystems from the invasion. Last year, a team from East Texas caught more than 50 wild boars in just one day during the Kill Them All competition. This helped them win first prize while contributing significantly to the overall effort to minimize the damage caused by wild balls.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more. See you in the next video. Take care.